Hello everyone, welcome to another video filed for part 2 questions, but this time we're going to be dealing with questions related to objects. So far we talked about questions related to people and places, but one of the most difficult questions that many students have problems with is questions related to objects. Because normally speaking, we do not talk about something for 2 minutes, and this is literally challenging and difficult for students to deal with. But today, I'm going to teach you some simple strategies, or let's say simple stages, that you have to cover in order to get your desired band score in IELTS Speaking Part 2. Well, follow me please, and let's move on to the stages. All right. 4 stages you should take to talk about an object in IELTS Speaking Part 2. Let's start with the stage number 1, everyone. Say what it is and why you have it. This could be a very simple opener for a part 2 speech about an object. But what we gotta say? The focus is naming the object and giving basic background story, like how, when, and why you got it. Let me give you an example. The object is a smartwatch in this example. I'd like to talk about my smartwatch, which I bought about 2 years ago when I started taking my fitness more seriously. So take a look, which I bought 2 years ago. This is how we talk about that, why we have it. So what is it? Smartwatch. Why we have it? Because I bought it 2 years ago. Now the next example. The object I'm going to describe is a small black smartwatch that I wear almost every day. I decided to get it after I realized I was spending too much time on my phone. So as you see, again, small black smartwatch. This is the name of the object. And I decided to get it after I realized I was spending too much time on my phone. So this is stage number 1. We got to say what it is and why we have it. This could be a good opener. Now let's move on to the second stage. For the second stage, we got to say what its purpose is. We got to talk about the function of the place. So function and use, using verbs like is used for. So let me highlight it here. Or allows me to, or helps me to. These are 3 simple strategies and 3 simple expressions to talk about the function of an object. Let's take a look. Its main purpose is to track my daily activities, such as how many steps I walk, how many calories I burn, and how well I sleep. So the main purpose is Now, it's also used for checking notifications and messages without taking my phone out of my pocket, which is really convenient, using an adjective, when I'm teaching or driving. Now, let's move on. Let's recap. The second stage is to talk about the function of the object. What do we use this object for? Now, let's move on to the third one. Evaluate it. Focus on what? Focus on opinion, advantages, disadvantages, using evaluating language. Like what? Like useful, reliable, frustrating, and life-changing. Let's put them into practical examples. Overall, I'd say it's a very practical and reliable gadget, especially for someone with a busy schedule. So you see, it's a practical and reliable gadget, using 2 adjectives to evaluate the quality of an object. One thing I really like about it is the battery life, which easily lasts for several days, but the screen is a bit small. So typing replies can be quite annoying. You see? Take a look at these all adjectives. Lasts for days, okay? And quite annoying. Now, the final stage, when you want to wrap up the speech, say why it is important and how you feel about it. The focus must be on personal significance, emotion, like proud, attached, dependent, grateful, nostalgic. Let me show you some example. This smartwatch is important to me because it has helped me build healthier habits and stay more active, which has had a big impact on my life. See, talking about how I feel about the object and how it has influenced me. I feel quite attached to it. I feel quite attached to it now. When I forget to wear it, I almost feel as if something is missing because I rely on it to organize my day and remind me to move. So for the final stage, we say why it is important and how you feel about it. Why is it important? Because when I forget to wear it, I almost feel as if something is missing. So why is it important? Because I really rely on it to organize my day and remind me to move. All right, everyone. 4 stages to cover a question about an object in part 2. Don't forget to watch the other video clips, the other upcoming video files about an object question, because I'm going to go through a lot of details that are pretty constructive for you in order to get yourself closer to your desired band score.